what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Today we're going to be watching a video titled, Is this Earth's most treacherous coastline? Let's see what this video is about.
Beneath this calm expanse lies a legacy of destruction. Known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic, this single area contains over 5,000 shipwrecks. Each one a stark reminder of the ocean's immense power. Among them is the wreckage of a ship that sank.
Oh my goodness, this type of video makes me want to scuba dive. I don't know, but then I'm scared at the same time, because imagine you get stuck somewhere there down. Oh no. But this is interesting though.
Sank in 1718. Its captain was the English pirate Blackbeard, another victim of one of the most perilous coastlines in the Western Hemisphere.
This is the Outer Banks, a chain of barrier islands stretching hundreds of miles along North Carolina's Atlantic coast. And this is a shipwreck. Remains of ships like this one, whatever it is, are a haunting testament to the power of the sea. The Outer Banks is a living landscape. The dynamically changing coastlines that unearthed this shipwreck also make this one of the most destructive places on Earth, not just for ships, but for those who still live here today. Just like the great ships of the sea before them, these tides now threaten roads, oceanfront homes, the existence of entire communities. But what is it about this little spot on the Atlantic that makes it so dangerous? And could our changing planet make these waters even more dangerous? I'm passing over Oregon Inlet. It's named for a ship that narrowly escaped a powerful hurricane back in 1846. That superstorm tore through this barrier island, literally ripping it in two. This inlet, like the rest of the Outer Banks, is constantly shifting. These moving sands create treacherous navigational conditions and require constant dredging. It's these rapidly changing features that make this coastline so dangerous.
That's crazy. Don't coastlines always kind of change over time? I wonder what the world will look like in a million years from now. Is there any moving pieces on Earth? If the countries started separating, do you guys think, or is it studied that they're still moving? In a million years, will the world look different? Geographically? Yeah.
These morphing shallows of sand and sediment are known as shoals. Shoals form underwater as waves and currents slow down, lose energy, and deposit sediment on the sea floor. While shoals are a defining feature of the Outer Banks, they aren't all bad. They provide critical habitats for marine life like fish, crabs, and migratory birds. They act as nurseries for juvenile species and support complex food webs. And they act as buffers between the Atlantic Ocean and the mainland by absorbing the brunt of storms and sea level rise. The gentle slope of the Outer Banks continental shelf creates an ideal environment for shoals as sand is pushed from deeper waters up onto the shelf. Wave and tidal action move sand in and out of these shallow areas, redistributing sediment and often elongating shoals into ridges or bars. Adding to this mix is the warm, fast-moving Gulf Stream current that converges with the cold Labrador current off of Cape Hatteras. This blends to create heavy turbulence and fluctuating water flow, depositing even more sediment. This perfect storm of hydrology is what makes the Outer Banks so unpredictable and dangerous for navigation. These forces are powerful enough to create entirely new islands, and then destroy them. Shelly Island sprang up suddenly in 2017. At its peak size, it stretched over 1.5 kilometers in length and over 150 meters in width. After Hurricane Maria in late 2017, the island greatly diminished in size, and in less than a year, it had vanished like a ghost back into the depths of the graveyard of the Atlantic as so many ships did before it.
The area looks absolutely gorgeous, but you could not pay me to live there. Also, why didn't, like, if there's a lot of shipwrecks and people knew that was not a good area, why didn't they navigate around it? Just a thought.
Maritime history in this area goes back centuries. Since the 1600s, sailors have used these waterways for fishing, trade, whaling, even warfare. I'm on my way to meet up with a friend who knows a lot about this stuff.
I mean, if it's like a large area, it makes sense that you wouldn't, you still would use the waters, but...
The maritime historian, an archaeologist, and host of PBS's Rogue History, Joel Cook.
Not far from here, in Beaufort Inlet, Blackbeard and his crew, his 2 ships, are trying to evade the authorities. They tend to sail smaller ships that have shallower drafts, so they don't have to be in as deep water. And the Navy ships that are heavy battleships can't access these places where pirates can. And the shifting sands of North Carolina help them escape. This ship that is known as the Terror of the Seas, it's a legend and already at this time period for Blackbeard. The Queen Anne's Revenge ends up running aground in Beaufort Inlet, and he's forced to abandon it and some of its crew as well. The ship itself stays there until it's found in 1996 by a team of investigators.
The Outer Banks have long been infamous for their ties to piracy, but that's just a fraction of their shipwreck history. These waters have swallowed everything from Spanish galleons to Civil War ironclads and World War II freighters. To dive deeper into this incredible history, Joel and I head to the Graveyard of the Atlantic Museum.
I wonder if they do like scuba diving trips there. I would love that. I mean, it at the same time it's kind of heartbreaking and scary and like, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's so intriguing. Like, it's so crazy to think that pirates were a thing, for example. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I just woke up, guys. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like they jumped on each other's boats and started wow, and then they had to jump off the plank. That's crazy. Like that happened in real life, guys. It's crazy.
How does this coastal region compare in terms of the number of shipwrecks to other places in the world?
It really doesn't. You have a count of shipwrecks that starts here in 1526. And from that time period until now, you have 5,000 shipwrecks in this little piece of North Carolina.
So this is just on a completely different level from other coastal points in the world.
It's unbelievable. The USS Monitor, which is known as the first successful American ironclad, it wins a battle against the Confederate Merrimack, and it sinks close to here because of the conditions in this area. At the tail end of World War I, the German Navy begins contributing to the Graveyard of the Atlantic with their infamous U-boats. And the German Navy takes advantage of this by stationing U-boats around Cape Hatteras at a point that ends up being known as Torpedo Alley. What they're able to do is use the lighting from the coastline in order to attack vessels because they can see the silhouettes of these ships using that light from the coastline. These attacks continue into World War II, and though the US is aware of the German U-boats, they're not able to stop the onslaught of attacks on these convoys moving up and down the coast of North Carolina.
How much do you think is still out there waiting to be uncovered that we just don't even know about?
I think there's tons. If you consider those conditions haven't changed. The weather's still rough here, the oceans are still rough here. So it's hard for people like me and other archaeologists to get out there and find every little thing. Even in the sand dunes here where we have shipwrecks that are on shore, people find new stuff every year. You know, the sand dunes move, new shipwrecks are uncovered, others...
A shipwreck that nobody knew about just emerging from the sand.
Absolutely.
Wow. But while this coast remains treacherous even to experienced sea captains...
I want to go treasure hunting there. Weren't pirates the ones that had like the treasure chests with all the gold? Wait, don't take my idea. Well, I'm sure other people have done that too, but still.
It continues to claim ships to this day. There is a new danger, one that we have to view from above.
From the air, the Outer Banks is just a fragile sliver of land next to an endless sea. You can see the scars left by storms, the shifting inlets, the way the island bends and reshapes itself at the mercy of the ocean. The shifting coastline doesn't impact just seafarers. The towns and beachfront homes that dot this picturesque coast are now threatened by the same forces.
These are homes literally being swallowed by the sea. When these elevated houses were built, they were protected by stretches of dry sand and by dunes. But a combination of wind and waves and tides have brought the sea literally to their doorstep.
When waves and currents approach the shoreline at an angle, sand and sediment are pushed up the beach in a zigzag pattern called longshore drift. Over many years, this process can move entire beaches, putting homes in danger of literally falling into the sea. Over the past 4 years, at least 17 homes have collapsed into the waves.
Since officials have been monitoring this area, this coastline has eroded by 10 to 15 feet per year. And who knows, weeks, months from now, these houses will be reclaimed by the ocean. This coastline has always been unstable and flood prone, but climate change threatens to make it even more treacherous. Storms and hurricanes that are more severe, along with rising...
I don't know, I find it really sad that, you know, people's homes get destroyed. Oh, it's always sad. But, you know... Oh, I just...
even more treacherous. Storms and hurricanes that are more severe, along with rising sea levels, will have a major impact for the communities in the Outer Banks, in some places threatening their very existence. Is it only a matter of time before these barrier islands become consumed by the sea? Possibly.
The shifting nature of the Outer Banks makes the land and sea difficult to predict. Climate change and the effect that humans are having on our oceans and atmosphere only makes those challenges harder to deal with.
Change is a constant on the Outer Banks. Humans have sometimes failed to navigate that change, and the disastrous consequences are still visible beneath the waters as a warning sign to future generations. But today, as our actions change the planet as a whole, the survival of the communities and ecosystems that call this coastline home, that'll require more than just steering through the shifting sands.
I would love to visit that place. Is that weird? Is that, like, I don't know. At the same time, I feel bad because a lot of tragedy has happened there. But at the same time, it's just interesting. I just love history. Like, I've said it before. If I wasn't a YouTuber in another life, I should be an archaeologist. I don't even know how to say it, but I should be that. But either way, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.